What's up guys? So I'm going to show you how to put tongue and groove paneling on framed walls. It's 24 on center. I'm also going to have to notch around the ends that go and butt up against the chair rail and the floor molding. So I'll walk you through that process. So as you can see, I sell local art. I'm consolidating to the front half of the retail space, and the back half is going to be the studio space. So I had a contractor, my buddy John, and his son came in and framed the walls 24 on center for me, and it's going to go up against this chair rail. It's going to go up against that baseboard molding and the kind of faux crown molding there. So the floor is not level. There's a big iron beam that goes down the center of the building and it's sagged out from there. So this is 3 3/8 on this end, and that's 4 1/8 on that end. So I'm just going to cheat. I'm going to cut the board flat at 3 3/8, and then I'm going to put a 1-inch piece of molding across the bottom to just cover the gap. I want the door tongue and groove to line up with the wall. 3 3/8 from the top of the tongue. This is what I'll be using. So I've got a jigsaw, and then I have my table saw and my miter saw. That should be all I'll need. Should be the correct height. I'm gonna use my little template piece here just to double check. Once that's up, it should be pretty good. Right on. And I've got this nice little, this thing, I know it's Ryobi, but these things are great. Alright, there we go, first score in. So you can see this scribed piece here that fits right like that. But I'm not just going to be able to put this right on the end of the board because there's obviously two different boards there. So I've got this dummy piece of scrap that I'll be using, right? So when I go to the end of the piece, slide it down. Now I'm at the end, now I can scribe that right on. And that's what it'll look like. So I just used a speed square just to get the line onto the board where I'm gonna be cutting. All right, so I'll line that right up. I've got my old school Makita right here. Just gonna cut that right off. And how do you get to these two little access points? You drill a little hole on one side and then you can cut right across. It's not perfect, but it should fit, and let's test it out. Okay, so a little bit of a larger gap than I wanted on the bottom edge there, but otherwise that came out pretty good. And again, you can see that it's level with the door. Good news is that this chair rail is going to be in the middle of one board. All right, so there's the approximate cut. Let's see how this does. It fits, and it's not perfect, but it's pretty close. So from back here, which this is going to be shelving anyways. Okay, all finished up. So, well, finished up for now before the molding. I'm going to put a piece of crown across the top to fill that gap because it's a little taller on the far end, just like it's more of a gap on the far end there. So a little baseboard molding, little crown molding. Most of the edges are pretty close, but not perfect. But again, I'm not a carpenter, but this went relatively well. You can see the notches that I did around the molding, and then part of the crown is going to go into the other crowns, so I didn't really get too specific with that scribing. This one went pretty well here, and the bottom one went pretty well there, so that is the final finished product. And next I'm going to be doing this side, which has an angled wall, which is going to be a pain for the scribing around those the baseboard electric, the chair rail, and the top, because it needs a 19-degree angle. But this side is all finished up. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys so much.